This is the plaintiff, Albania Esquia. She says she purchased a defective dining room set from the defendant, a flim-flam furniture man, and he won't take the stuff back and return her money. The legs of the table are loose and wobbly no matter how tight you make the screws. The chairs are broken, and she's fed up, so she's taking him to court to get her $1,088.75 back. This is the defendant, Carlos Cubas. He says even though the plaintiff had the furniture and used the furniture for 4 months for good business relations, he told her he would take the stuff back and give her store credit for something else. All she said was no, and she's going to sue him, his mother, his salespeople, and the whole business. Well, bring it on. He is accused of refusing to budge one iota.
Albania Esquia?
Esquia.
You are suing the furniture company. You've asked us not to mention the company by name, and we'll respect that. Represented here by Carlos Cubas. You're the manager?
Yes.
Okay, you also an owner?
No.
Okay. Are your parents the owners, or are you? Is this
I'm
family
the owner.
business that you're a part of the family?
Yes, I'm the owner's son.
Okay, got it. For $1,088.75, because according to you, they sold you a defective dining room set. Talk to me. Tell me what happened.
All right, so we bought the dining set in April, and after a couple of weeks...
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, do you have a picture, but you actually have a dining room set. Okay, so go ahead.
So the chairs. After a couple of weeks, we noticed the legs on the chairs were loose and splitting around and apart. And
how so?
You can show her.
They have a screw on the bottom.
Yep.
So these tend to move.
Right.
So every 3 days you need to tighten.
Tighten the screw.
Yes.
And it's causing this. It's a crack here.
How'd that happen?
It's happened.
From being, because when in the moments when it's loose and somebody sits on it and you don't, because you're not going to sit there every 3 days.
No, and we only use these two, but it's just cracking, and that one's starting to crack in the front here. Look at this one right here. There's another crack on this one, from here all the way to here, and it's just happening on its own.
Right. Did you see the cracks?
Yes.
Okay, because you've been to their house to see it?
No, our drivers went over there to take pictures, and they showed me.
And they showed you. All right, so you noticed these. How long do you have the furniture when you noticed that?
Like a couple of weeks after. The thing, we didn't went to the store right away because we couldn't find the receipt. So we didn't want to go there without...
Why don't you just go to how long did you wait for the receipt to materialize?
4 months.
Why would you wait 4 months for the receipt to materialize, but when you notice the problem 2 weeks later? Why don't you go to the store and say, you have a record of our transaction, right? We're having this problem. It sounds like what really happened is that it didn't happen until 4 months, which is okay too. But
the crack?
That's so goofy that you would sit around and wait for 3 months while what? We're waiting for spring cleaning to happen so you could find your receipt? Where'd you find the receipt?
In the folder with some other papers.
Oh, okay. You didn't look there 4 months earlier, 3 months earlier? All right.
No.
I just feel like you're trying to make your case better, and I hate that. Yes.
The first couple of times that it was loosening, we were screwing them. I had no problem screwing it. I screwed it for like 2 months. But after a while, the cracks started coming.
When did you notice the cracks?
The day that the guy
came
to our house.
And that happens, when does this fellow come to your house?
The same day that we went to complain.
Okay, which was 4 months after the purchase?
Yes.
Okay, now when he comes to your house, is this a fellow from their store or from the manufacturer?
From the store.
From the store.
From the store. So he brings the pictures to you, and what do you say?
I call up the customer, and I ask her if she wants to have the chairs exchanged, and they said no.
Okay. And why didn't you want to have the chairs exchanged?
Right. First, when we went to complain, we didn't speak with him. We speak with Norma, and she said to us that, we explained to her that we wanted a refund. So she said that if we was having a manufacturer problem, we would be able to get the refund, but she needed to talk to the manufacturer guy because he's the one who can authorize the refund.
Right. So then what do you do?
When I called them to see what the manufacturer guy says, and he says, oh, the manufacturer guy was here at the store, and he said that because of the chairs were broken, we just can't give you a store credit on exchange. So he said, I'm sorry, no, your story is really sad, and he was really disrespectful with me on the phone.
Who's this?
This guy here.
Did he offer to exchange the chairs?
Yeah, he says that we...
And you don't want to exchange the chairs because what?
Because if we get the same dining set, the same thing's going to happen. The same problem is going to happen.
Go ahead.
The two screws in the front legs, I don't see why there's a need to have screws in the front. They're always going to loosen and split. So
And
every
we-
time we sit, I have to look back and we have to straighten the thing again.
And we
So-
even have the Allen key that
Straighten
you could
meaning
see
what?
stripping,
Yeah, we'd have to bring them together, bring them straight, so that we don't sit on it
and they split and we fold.
But why? I thought you said there were screws on the front ones.
Yeah, they are.
But they keep, right, no, there's a
they
problem
turn
with
loose.
these chairs. There's no question there's a problem with these
Yeah.
chairs. The
We
just want
question is, what is
furniture.
your rights with that problem? What's the store's position?
If the screws keep loosening on the chairs, does she get her money back?
Yeah, well, here's the problem exactly. Not only is it faulty, but it's also going to be a safety issue. It should, not only be refunded, but should get a whole new set.
That's a good point.
She bought it new. Why is the screw shouldn't be coming out?
So a minor problem, you can't just tell her live with it, huh?
No, you can. You need to give her a refund.
Going inside the courtroom.
There's a process that wholesalers take, especially when it comes to furniture, when something's damaged. They have to go and see before they take any merchandise back. If it's broken, they'll exchange it. If it's damaged, if it's something that we can touch up, that's something that we do, our drivers do, which is what our drivers did when they went to their house.
They didn't touch up anything. They just took a picture and brought it to you because I guess they felt they couldn't fix it.
They asked her if they wanted us to fix it,
You
and
can't
they
fix
said
that.
no.
You got
Well,
a chair that's this big that's got a split. Forget it. She
Well,
doesn't
right,
want
that's
that.
why he took a picture
Right.
and he came back to us. Now, the salesperson for the manufacturer, I gave him the receipt for the customer. He actually had to go to Long Island, and I showed him the picture of the broken merchandise, and he said, well, these chairs are broken. There's no need for me to go over there. I'll just exchange the whole set if they want. And that's when I called the customer, and I explained to her she wants to have a table, the chairs, because the husband actually complained to the driver that the table was wobbly as well.
Okay, hold on. There's a problem with the table too?
It just loosens. I don't
Yeah.
understand why the screws loosen.
What happens to the same leg thing loosens?
Yes. I got to go under and I got
All right,
to
go ahead. So the manufacturer says, we'll exchange the entire set.
They'll change everything.
Okay, but you do not want it exchanged. You just want your money back.
Yes, plus
Okay. Here's the
normal.
problem that you have. All right. There's two reasons you do not get your money back. One of them is the receipt that you sign and the contract you have with the store, and the other one is the Uniform Commercial Code. Okay? What the receipt says is that we stand behind our merchandise for defective material. It shouldn't, you have 6 months. You're still within the 6 months anyway, but you started complaining about this well before the 6 months. And no refunds, but store credits or exchanges. Okay, but let's assume it didn't say that. Okay? There's something called the Uniform Commercial Code, and it governs all transactions in goods. This is a transaction in goods. And virtually every state in the nation goes by the UCC. All right? And what it says is that you have to give a vendor the chance to cure a defect. They get one free shot to cure it. All right? If you get the next dining room set and you're having the same problems, it's a different case. But you've got to at least give them a chance to exchange this dining room set with a brand new dining room set. And you get 6 months from then. For the delivery of that furniture, it's 6 months from then of a warranty. But that's what the law says you have to do. They're right. You may not like his tone on the phone, or you may not like the fact that they weren't giving you the answer you wanted. Some businesses might be nicer and say, you know what, you're unhappy, I want to keep your business for the future, so here's your money back, whatever. But as far as the law says, what they're offering you is what they have to offer you based on your contract with them, but also based on what the Uniform Commercial Code says. So what's going to happen is we're going to make arrangements. How long is it going to take to get a new dining room set?
2 to 3 days.
Okay, so we're going to make arrangements with Officer McIntosh to have these taken out, the new ones put in. Keep a close eye, okay? Take pictures, okay? And if you continue, you don't know, then this next one may be perfect. It's a very pretty set. I mean, obviously you liked it when you bought it in April. So take pictures and make sure everything's fine with this one. And if it's not, then you make sure. You have an email?
Yes.
Good. You're going to give them your email because email makes the world of litigation go round. So if there's a problem, I want you to email so that we know what date you emailed to let them know that there's a problem regarding the problem. And then, we take it from there. Okay?
Okay.
All right, folks. Good luck.
Well, so the plaintiffs do not get their money back for those two reasons the judge explained. Step right up here. Tell me, you understand the ruling?
Yes.
Okay, and your feeling about it? You okay with what's going to happen next?
Not really, but I guess we will give them a chance to see. But if we have the same problem, I guess we will go through the same process again.
Well, are you anticipating the same problem? Or are you going to give it maybe the next?
But if it's the same dining set they're giving us, I mean, we're pretty sure it's going to have the same problem.
All right.
Furniture.
All right. Well, then you can return it again. You have the next 6 months, so we take it step by step. But good luck with the new set. He'll deliver it, and good luck with it.
All right, thanks.
All right, right down this way. All right, come on in here. Step on in here. You ready to move on with this customer?
Yes, I am, and which is what I've been trying to explain to her. She doesn't need to choose the same dining set if she's not happy, but she just doesn't want anything from the store. But I will gladly do what the judge said. I respect her decision.
Okay, you're going to do what the judge says, but how are you going to please these people?
We're going to see in the next couple of months.
All right, I hope we don't see you back here. I mean, we like you and everything, but Harvey?
This is something people don't realize, but when you buy stuff like a dining room set or whatever, you can negotiate the terms of what happens if when the furniture comes and there's some kind of damage, exactly what happens, refund, exchange, whatever.